Hi everyone, welcome to another video from Electric Car Australia. Now today we'll take you on a road trip from Brisbane up to Gympie in Queensland, a trip of approximately 400 kilometres return. We recently went up for the weekend with the kids to the Gympie Enviro Teck Day, and I'll just read out the organisers of this because it's a bit of a mouthful. The Enviro Teck Day Gympie is a joint initiative of the Gympie Community Solar Association, Gympie and District Land Care Group, and the Gympie Regional Council and Gympie Living. So look, in a nutshell, the Enviro Teck Day is a display of environmental and sustainability technologies and initiatives. So we went up there as part of a display for the Australian Electric Vehicle Association. So we, along with numerous other members, took up our vehicles and were talking to the general public. So today we're going to showcase that trip. It's a real world trip. The car was loaded up. We didn't do anything special to try and extend the range. We just used it as you normally would in a car. We also walk around the Enviro Teck Day, so we'll show you guys a little bit on the day. A couple of brief shots of the Queensland Government's electric superhighway charger at Gympie, so the 50 kilowatt hour charger. We also drop in on the way home to the Forest Glen charger, so we'll show you a photo of that one. And look, just generally what we've done, a couple of little shots of the motel we stayed at, etc., and some shots of Gympie. So all in all, just a general everyday video showing what it's like to own an electric car here in Australia, and really just how easy it is. So look, please enjoy the video. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. We've just got over 600 subscribers now, so thanks very much to everyone that has made the effort. It's only about 12% of our viewers that actually click that subscribe button, so we'd like to see that a little bit higher. Click the bell icon. We've got some great videos coming up in the near future, in particular one on the MG Pilot, so we'll be showing everyone just the great functionality and the benefit of using that MG Pilot system, which is an autonomous driving system similar to the Tesla Autopilot. And yeah, look, I was pleasantly surprised with just how good that is. So click that bell icon to be alerted of those upcoming videos. And if you'd like a one-on-one session to ask some questions and get some more detail on electric cars, if you're just about to pull the trigger, please get in touch with us. The contact details are in the comment section in our profile, and we'll be more than happy to organise a one-on-one video session or phone session with you. So without further ado, enjoy the video and we'll talk soon. And you'll see the voltage there's 450, so yeah, fully charged. So just to show you guys, we do have a full load, kids in the back, and we've got the toys, and wife's also coming along, and we'll have a look in the boot here. So there we go, fully loaded in the boot there. Got the esky, etc. So the consumption on this trip will be interesting because we've got a little 12 volt fridge that we're taking along as well, sits in the boot there. So we'll be running that off the battery. We'll have the aircon on, it's a little bit warm today. We'll have the music playing and we'll be fully loaded. So yeah, we'll see what sort of consumption we get. Made it to Gympie. Beautiful day up here today. It was about 29 degrees on the way up, and we've made it. This is the Shady Rest Motel, so this is where we'll be staying for the next couple of nights. Well, we're up at the Gympie Enviro Teck Festival, so we'll have a quick look at the motel. Just your standard little 3-star motel, I think it is. So I asked the owners about EV charging, and they don't actually have any EV charging facilities here, but we've got a 50 kilowatt DC fast charger not too far away, so we'll go up there and have a look shortly. The kids are going to give the pool a good try out shortly. So yeah, nice little car parks outside the units. They're undercover, which is always good. Look at that nice big solar array on the top there. So that's really good to see. So guys, just quickly to show you how easy it is to provide EV charging services just with a PowerPoint. So as I showed a minute ago, this is our unit. That's the car, the front door, etc. Nice little table and chairs there. And look, if we come inside, this is the bed, kids' scooters. We pull the curtain aside here and look down in there. We've got a double PowerPoint. Now that is exactly on the opposite side inside from our outside. So an electrician would charge about $100 to actually back to back put an external PowerPoint down in there. So really cheap to do. 10 amp PowerPoint obviously only puts in about 120 kilometres charge overnight, and you wouldn't need to do that to every unit. So I think we've got about 20 units here, as you can see. So if you had half a dozen units there with an external PowerPoint, that allows people with an EV to just charge up and put about 100 kilometres of charge in overnight, and you know, that's a really big help, and it's an extra service that the motels can provide. So there's a really good, I'd guess at about 20 kilowatt solar array on the motel. And let's have a look in here. It's about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, autumn day here in Gympie, so it's nice and warm. There we go, you can hear the cooling fans on the inverter. And you probably can't quite see that, but that's 18,200 watts. So that's 18.2 kilowatts of electricity being generated from the Aussie sun. Well, hi everyone. Here we are in Nelson's Reserve in Gympie, and it's the Gympie Enviro Teck Day. So we've come along to help out the Australian Electric Vehicle Association, so you'll notice the shirt. So yeah, check out their website, well worth joining if you're into electric cars and would like to learn a little bit more about them. So that's AEVA, Australian Electric Vehicle Association. So we're just going to do a quick walk around today. So this is the car park. So there's our ZSEV and a few other AEVA members' cars in the car park there. And this is the day. So a little bit smaller than I thought. I thought there'd be a few more displays, but look, I'm told this is the first time that this event's actually been held. So yeah, look, it's a good turnout. We've got a good mix, and I'll just do a quick walk around. So this is obviously the sign in. There's the Australian Electric Vehicle Association tent, so nice and busy. I should be back over there helping shortly. They look like they run off their feet. The Gympie and District Sustainability Alliance, so they're one of the organisers for the event today. We've got some little electric bikes there, look nice and fun. We've got a Tesla there, so there's a Tesla, that one's actually for sale if you're in the market. Fraser Coast Micro Bat Group Incorporated. So they've got some little bat boxes there. Zero emissions Noosa. So they're down today talking about that. Keystone Electrical, so I had a chat to these guys. They are featuring the Red Earth Energy Storage System. So that's an all-in-one storage system. So you've got your inverter in there, you've got your lithium-ion batteries, all your control gear, etc. So that's perfect if you're looking at an off-grid system, all Australian certified. So it's basically plug and play. Look at the size of these solar panels now. Great to see. I think that's a 350. Let's just walk around and have a look. Hyundai panel, 390 watts. It's a great big panel. There we go, little wood-fired pizza van. My kids have already checked out the 100% fruit ice cream, so it's good to see. Nice, healthy treat for the kids. We've got some Gympie Land Care tents. They also were part of the organisers. Little coffee van, some more smoothies. Island Energy there. We'll have a look around in their container on the other side later. It's got the solar panels on the top. Forest Wind Project Objectives. So there's Oz DIY. So if you're into EVs and would like to convert an existing vehicle you've got, you might have a classic vehicle, go and see Graham and the guys down at Springwood in Brisbane. They actually live just down the road from my place. Graham's great to talk to, been a long time supporter of EVs, and he also offers free charging at the front of his business. A little bit more information about electric vehicles. Here's Sheba, the all-women rideshare. So if similar to your Ubers of the world, but if you're looking for female drivers and passengers, and they've got their Hyundai electric car there. This is Q-Fleet, so this is the Queensland Government's fleet management business. These guys manage about 10,000 vehicles on behalf of the Queensland Government. And just speaking to them this morning, there's just under 80 electric vehicles in their fleet, and I believe about 40 of those are battery electric vehicles, so they're moving into that space as well. So yeah, really good to see the Queensland Government supporting battery electric vehicles with their own fleet. So that's Q-Fleet. Over here we've got a tiny house business, so these guys set up a display in tiny house, Drive by Nature over there, so those guys also do electric conversions. So similar to Oz DIY. These guys have a simple but practical solution for driveways, etc. So yeah, some plastic honeycomb type material that you can use for a driveway or a grid. Smart sinks. So these guys are commercial water filtration, water efficiency type stuff. EcoFlow, so those guys are looking at your modern septics and that sort of stuff, I guess you're talking about, wastewater management. So yeah, managing things in a lot more sustainable way than historically we used to do. Recycling, so some information about recycling. Okay, and we'll swing around here. So these are the Island Energy guys. So we had the container. You can see we've got the inverters and stuff up there. Panels on the roof. Enopti Energy Optimization Technologies. So yeah, we're looking at inverters and battery storage there. This one's called the Enopti Power Station. So that's obviously again, an all-in-one sort of unit. EV Hub Electric Vehicle Solutions, so some chargers there. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, not a big day, but it's great to see lots of people just browsing around, having a great time, and obviously learning more about sustainable living and particularly EVs. So yeah, once again, don't forget to have a look at the Australian Electric Vehicle Association website. Join up as a membership is $50 per year, and there's lots of information available on there. That is an Australian-wide organisation, so it's not just in Queensland, and there's monthly meetings held around the country. So by all means, come along to those meetings, meet some other EV advocates and owners, and experience a little bit more about owning an EV. That's it, the 2021 Gympie Enviro Teck Day. Well, we're back home after our weekend away at the Gympie Enviro Teck Day. So yeah, had a really great time. Weather was good, kids enjoyed it, and we're really happy with how the MG ZS EV performed. As I mentioned, this trip was a bit of a real world test. We were fully loaded. We used the aircon all the way up and back. We also used the MG Pilot. Now what that means is that we don't get any regen braking. So as you're coming up behind cars or you're going down hills, the MG applies the mechanical normal disc brakes to slow the car down. So that means that you're not getting that energy back into the battery. So as I said, this is sort of a real world test using all that functionality of the car. We also had a little, I think it's called a thermoelectric fridge esky in the boot, plugged in as well. So that was being driven by the car's battery. Music going. So we're really happy. On the way up, we started with 100% charge, and we used average of 16.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. So we arrived in Gympie with 78 kilometres of range left, so easily done the trip from Brisbane to Gympie, 188 kilometres. As you've seen in the video, we charged up at the electric superhighway there in Gympie, and we also charged up a little bit at the motel, just via a normal 10 amp power point. Trip back, we used slightly more, so the consumption coming home was 17.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. Now I'm assuming there was a little bit more wind or something like that. So for the total trip, we travelled 404 kilometres, so that included the trip up, a little bit of driving around Gympie, and the trip home, and that averaged 16.6 kilowatt hours of energy consumed per 100 kilometres. Now if we work that out, total energy was 66 kilowatt hours, and if we allow a 10%, an additional 10% for losses, so i.e. when you're charging there's always some losses, cables and your inverters and all that sort of stuff. So 67 kilowatt hours plus 10% gives us 73.7 kilowatts. And if we multiply that at 20 cents a kilowatt hour, that's what we pay for our electricity at home, at our house, from the grid. And also if we charge on the Queensland Electric Superhighway, we also pay 20 cents a kilowatt hour. So that worked out at $14.74. So all up it cost us $14.74 to drive from Brisbane to Gympie, drive around Gympie and come home, fully loaded, kids in the car, aircon on, music playing, and also a plug-in fridge. So we're really happy with that. If you compare that to the petrol model MG, the quoted consumption for the most economical ZS petrol model, that would have used $36.54 in petrol. As I said, I don't do a lot of those sorts of comparisons because there's lots of variables in there, but that just gives you an idea on the cost. It's well under half to run up there in electric. And when we come home, we arrive back with 20%. So as I said, the consumption was a little bit more coming home. So you'll notice on some of the screenshots there that the low battery warning light had came on. So that comes on at 20%. And yeah, it was telling us we had, I think, about 45 kilometres range left. So look, that's an easy, perfect trip, well within the car's capability, and that's allowing for some leeway. So if you're stuck in traffic in the middle of summer with aircon going, you're certainly still not going to get stuck. And there's multiple charges along the way as well. We stopped in and we had a look at the one at Forest Glen, and previously we've used the one at Coochin Creek. So guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't, please click the subscribe button. We really appreciate that. That helps us with the YouTube algorithms and get more views. We're over 600 subscribers now, so thanks to everyone who is a subscriber. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, YouTube is going to share a minuscule amount of their advertising revenue with us, so that'll be great. That'll help us pay for some of the videos that we do, and also hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload another video. Because as I mentioned, we've got a video coming on the MG Pilot shortly, and I know lots of people are waiting for that one. We'll go through the full functionality of the MG Pilot. We'll give you guys a test drive. You can see how it performs in the car. But yeah, we were pleasantly surprised about that. So again, guys, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Share the video with friends if you think they'd like to know a little bit more about electric cars. And until next time, stay safe.